Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series, Transformers 1, Megatron. But before we take a look at this man, we need to take a look at the compartment in which he is stored. So let's take a look. So you got Transformers 1, you got the CGI render of Megatron, you got Studio Series Megatron 114, Transformers. On this side, you get Megatron. On this side, Megatron. And on the back, you get product shots, blah blah, words, fun stuff. Megatron aims to become the leader of Cybertron, and no one will stand in his way to get there. If you know what that means, you know what that means. And if you don't, go watch this movie right now. Like right now. Like pause this video, leave the video, go to the closest movie theater, and watch Transformers 1 if you haven't already. It is amazing. So, here we have Megatron out of the box, and out of the box, Megatron is not complete. You gotta put on all that. All these accessories and stuff. So, this is his backpack. You want to take these blasters and peg them into the side. You can also peg these blasters into the hands or on the ports on the side of his arms, but not going to do that. And then this will peg into there, like so. Just make sure those blasters are straightened out. Then you take the little sidearm, take that tab, and peg it into that slot on the side. I originally thought I wasn't going to like how that looked, but in toy form, but I actually do really like it. And then peg on the fusion cannon, which we'll get to that later. And there is Megatron. This guy looks really cool. Bringing him in for a closer look, you can see, well, no, I'm not going to bring him in for a closer look. I'm going to bring the camera in for a closer look. You can see the head with the nice red painted eyes. The torso looks really nice. The arm, the fusion cannon looks really nice. Although it is inaccurate. In the movie, he does have that triple-barreled fusion cannon when he's in his Megatron form. You get the sidearm. He's very much leg. But that's accurate. And this kind of color, this off gray kind of bordering on yellow, what is accurate to concept art. And then turning him around to the side, he's got about just as much back kibble as you would want him to. He's pretty filled out. So, articulation for Megatron. Head doesn't look up that far, but it can look down that far. If you know, you know. It can tilt ever so slightly, and it can rotate. Shoulders pull a full 360. They then hinge out. There's a bicep rotation. Double bend at the elbow. You then get a wrist rotation. Not sure if you saw that double bend at the elbow. You then get, let's move the backpack out of the way so we can access the waist swivel in a much better position than Optimus's. Hips kick forward that far, back that far, in and out. Thigh rotation. The knees click into place, which is weird, but they bend a little over 90. And finally, the feet can pivot backwards, pivot forward slightly, and pivot side to side. So articulation for Megatron is pretty good. Now, let's move on to size comparisons, and I only have one size comparison for this guy. And I think you guys can already guess what it is. Optimus. Holy crap, do these two look good together? Like, I could pose these two out right now, and it would look amazing. I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm getting Prime into a pose. Optimus is more articulated than Megatron, but this deluxe class has really good articulation for a deluxe. Alright, now let's get Megatron posed out. Like, These two look really nice together. I mean, it's an Optimus Prime and Megatron pairing. They're going to look nice together. That's pretty much their job. Just need to make sure that this pose works for Megatron. And boom. There they are, posed up together. So that is that size comparison. Now let us move on to Megatron's transformation, which is, I've actually found it's really fun to do. So, first of all, you're going to want to remove the sidearm and remove the fusion cannon, and just kind of set those off to the side for now. Next thing you're going to want to do is T-pose them just to get the arms out of the way, because we're going to work on the legs. Bring this out and fold that in, kind of like the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Shockwave. Then rotate the thigh all of the way around. Then you want to take this panel, unpeg it, bring the foot up, click, bring this tread out, rotate this whole assembly, collapse that tread. It's really cool. Now I'm going to do it on the other side. Done. So next thing, I'm going to take chest, untab it. It will peg into the kind of crotch section. Just leave it there for now. Next, you want to rotate the head full 180, and that slot will go into that tab in there. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate these arms backwards to make room for this entire back assembly to shift upwards and peg in. Then, what we are going to do is bring the arms back. We're going to rotate the bicep, rotate the wrist, so that way the tank tread lines up. And that slot will go into that tab. Do the same thing on the other side. Bang. So now you want to take those arms and, without unpegging the back, rotate them into that position. Do the same thing on the other side. Rotate that into position. All right, now we use these panels. So there's a tab in there that'll go into that slot. This will kind of collapse over that, and that hook will go into the foot. So just line everything up. Make sure it all pegs in. Do the same thing on the other side. Bang. Then you want to take the legs, peg them into the chest, rotate this entire assembly. Now, put them down. Now, we can take these two parts and peg them together, making sure that is as straight as you can possibly get it. I do have a difficult time kind of straightening that out. And then this slot will peg into a tab that's under there. And with that being said, here we have Megatron in his tank mode, which I really do like this tank mode. It just looks exactly how it's supposed to. The cannon looks like it's supposed to. It can swivel, although if you swivel it too much, it'll come off. But it can swivel, look up and down. Unfortunately, this guy doesn't have any wheels, so he doesn't roll. Unlike his counterpart, Optimus Prime. And these two vehicles just look incredible together. And this is blast effect compatible, as is the fusion cannon. So, with all that being said, I'm going to do a quick time-lapse transformation. We can get into some final thoughts. So, get this thing. It's good, especially if you have Optimus. If you have Optimus, get it. If you don't have Optimus, get this, and then get Optimus. But that has been all for today, so I will see you all in the next one.